let's not listen to that. Let's listen to some other ridiculous song that I made. How about uh how about the weirder the better? I like weird shit.
I like weird shit.
Oh shit.
The weirder, the better. If it ain't
Here we are.
weird,
We got
I
some
don't want
Great.
nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it at all.
Made to
Make it weird.
Huh?
Be love.
You
I'm down in the weird when we treating this like Omegle and taking our penises out.
Oh, you messed up my fade out. All right, that's so funny. All right, okay. Pause the music. So when we first start, there's music playing, and now the music's not playing. Jordan, how are you?
I'm good. Are we started? Was that it?
Yeah, we're in pro mode. Wait, your thing just went blurry. That was weird. Did I do that? You're blurred out.
Here, let me see.
That was cool.
Check on.
You're censored. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm using like my cellular device as my webcam because the webcam on the computer is absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
So
nice.
yeah, I got my phone hooked up, and then I got this fancy little podcast equipment that I use as well.
It
It
looks pretty fancy over there. Is that Shure? Is that fancy Shure mic that I keep seeing all over the place? Yeah.
You're goddamn right, dude. I spent good money on podcast equipment, except for this fucking arm, dude. This thing keeps falling off the table.
Yeah.
This is the one thing I saved money on was the arm. Like,
Yeah.
$15 on Amazon. That's a steal, and it just doesn't hook up to anything appropriately.
Yeah, you get what you pay for on that one. Okay, so we are doing something completely brand new. This is episode 6. We're recording it and we're live streaming it at the same time. So anyone watching on Twitch is seeing this right now.
What's up, Twitch?
So you're my first guest that I'm not going to introduce. If they don't know who you are, they're late to the party, late to the game. They can look up your bio later.
Yeah, how dare you not be a part of my 2,200 Instagram followers? You should know who I am. Obviously, I'm A-list.
That's right. We're on our way, man. So there was a couple things I wanted to talk to you about specifically. And first of all, how are you? And by the way, I don't even know if we've actually run into each other out at the clubs. Do you recall ever us meeting before?
Yeah, no, we ran into each other. You saw me bomb at Laps Unlimited one weekend. I think it was either the Friday night or the Saturday night show. I bombed 3 out of 4 shows that weekend, and I'm pretty sure you were at one of them.
Oh, that's right.
And that was like, I think we briefly talked for like 20 minutes because I'm pretty sure I was in my head, and I was like, I just want to get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, I just bombed hard. Like, I had one decent show, and it still wasn't a great set.
Mm-hmm. That's part of the magic. That's part of the process, right? If you're not bombing,
It was a rough weekend.
What are we doing out here, right?
Oh, dude. That was because I was like, I was on a hot streak before that weekend where I was like, damn, I can do no wrong. Yeah. Every show, I'm killing it. And then I went up and I'm just like, oh, no, that I forgot. Like, I'm a piece of shit. No one likes me. I need to die. I want to die.
It's a humbling experience. It's like if you get
it was one of those.
Too cocky, you got to take down a peg or two, right?
Yeah, I just had to be put in front of an audience who has like actual taste. Like that's all that I needed in order to humble me again.
Damn. Yeah, they're like, this crowd's too. They don't get my lowbrow. It's like I'll try again later. Yeah.
I couldn't even like blame it on them. I was like 3 audiences in a row. That's a me problem.
Okay. The universe is speaking to you. Whether or not you listen is up to you. But it sounds like you. Yeah. I'm sure you did. I mean, that's half of what I think we do is listening and reading the room. I mean, you gotta like even if they say nothing, right? You listen into the silence to figure out what's next. Yep. Okay. So, question for you. So, first of all, how are you? How was your day?
I'm good. My day was all right. I worked for a little bit. And then I finished working, and then I got home. I jerked off, and then I logged on to this because I thought that was like normally after like a really good, just like climactic event such as that. I'm way more wittier and sharper. I'm like on my toes.
You're relaxed now.
Before that, I was sluggish. I was like, I'm not ready to podcast it up right now. My balls are full.
Oh,
so
man.
Here we are. My day's going good.
I love the internet, and I love the fact that children might be watching this. I just really can't control who's going to be watching this. I mean, you're going to have to, I think all the youth of today, especially with the internet, they're just going to grow up a little bit faster, exposed to stuff a little bit sooner. And that's just the reality in which we live.
I mean, I think it's completely fine too. I know a lot of parents have trouble with it. They're like, no, I don't want my kid to like not like know what a gay person is. I'm like, why? Like, you want them to know who Santa is, but like you're trying to shield them from reality.
Right.
But when it comes to lying to your kids about fucking fairies and fat white men coming down your chimney, that's fine. God forbid. No, I grew up on like South Park and shit. So I'm like, I feel like that's actually, I feel like every child needs to watch the first like 6 seasons of South Park before they turn 10. Because that's how they become like a really good individual.
That's right.
That's how they're able to think critically and make fun of everyone correctly.
That's right.
Because everyone should be made fun of, especially me. I'm short. I'm pale. I'm balding. No one can tell because I'm wearing a hat, but it's, you know, it's happening, you know, and that deserves to be made fun of. But people don't want that to be made fun of. They're like, no, he's a precious little butterfly. I'm not. All right. I've paid 3 Asians to jerk me off in the past. I'm not a precious little butterfly.
So, okay, yeah, I think they should show South Park in school, thicken your skin up. Yeah, I agree. Everyone should be made fun of. I mean, really, we could solve bullying really by just like, like make everyone's on the everyone's a target. Like, go ahead.
Even the bullies need to be bullied.
I agree.
Luckily, it's their parents that usually do that for us, but that's what made them a bully.
Okay, so question for you, and this is what I wanted to talk to you specifically about because I've been thinking about this a lot. So there's different there's all sorts of comics doing comedy, right? And I've kind of identified them in different levels. And the level that I wanted to talk to you about was, so there's the open micers, right? Then you got the comedians that they still have a job and they're still doing comedy, and maybe they're doing some regional touring, and then once they get to a level of success where they can quit that job, then they can do comedy full time. So as far as I know, you have a full-time job that you're still hanging on to for dear life, but you're still doing comedy. So you're just right at that cusp. I mean, are you trying to get to that next part where you let that job go, or what are your thoughts on that?
All I want in life is to be able to quit my job and only do stand up or just anything comedy related. I like to do sketches and acting and shit like that too. Yeah. That's all I want in my life, is just, I don't want to have the traditional type of boss. And don't get me wrong, I like my boss. I like my job. I would also like to not have that job entirely. Right. Oh, cool. So I would say I would consider, I'm still like an open micer. I think I'm right in between those two things that you said. I'm in that little gray area because I still got to hit open mics, but I also still, like, I'll pay, let's just say like a quarter, maybe a little bit close to half of my bills with money I make from doing stand-up. So it's like I still am a working comedian, but I also am like a comic that does free shows and open mics on a regular basis.
Okay. Yeah, as well. It's humbling. Yeah. So I've been talking and thinking about the open mic experience, and I've come up with an idea that maybe there's another way, and I think it might be like on a podcast or some sort of online thing, or just some other situation that's not an open mic, because at the end of the day, comics need to practice. They need to get in front of a crowd. They need to have real responses. And I don't think the open mics are the best, unless the open mic is really good. Like if the crowd's really good and genuinely supportive, and sometimes it's rocking and sometimes it's bombing, that's normal. But I've been to so many open mics where it's just comedians in the crowd. And it's just like, they just like, half of them are on a laptop or a notepad. They're not even paying attention to anyone's joke. So I'm just postulating the possibility that there might be a better way for us guys that are trying these jokes to actually improve, maybe even faster somehow. I don't know. I'm just theorizing it at this point.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think like, especially at like a younger like comics level, you kind of do need those bad open mics where there's no audience, because a lot of them too is like, when you write something new, you kind of sometimes don't even really want to test it out in front of an audience. You kind of just want to be like, I need to say this out loud, in a performance way, so that way you at least get the joke out there. Because at least for me, it's hard for me to kind of like memorize material until I'm actually saying it out loud. And then also like what I write down isn't always going to be how it comes out of my mouth. So you kind of got to learn that way, which is always nice when there's really not an audience there. But then once you kind of are able to get that flow with the joke, being able to just say it, then it's like, okay, well now let's see how this does in front of an actual crowd. And then that's where it's always beneficial. I mean, obviously, yes, you always want audience, but it's kind of like those mics that exist where it's just comics, or there's literally even the comics are outside smoking. It's just you and the host. It's kind of good just to have those because I get to say my shit out loud. Like I host an open mic once a month out in Concord, and it's a terrible open mic. It's completely awful. Half the people, we get ignored just by everyone in there. Like there's probably around 15, 20 people in there half the time, but they're not paying attention. But
Is it a
it's
bar?
nice. I get to say my stuff out loud. And then sometimes, occasionally, they're still kind of listening to you, like just a little bit.
Yeah.
And you'll get that reaction, just that like small tinge of like a little, like they'll turn to you and be like,
right.
they'll do that. And you're like, okay, so that joke's
That's the
about
best
legs.
you're gonna get there. Is that a bar in Concord?
It's at Epidemic Ales. Shout out, brewery out there.
Okay.
Local craft beer.
Nice. Okay. Well, so I started this in January, just kind of on a whim on my birthday. I just went, I don't know, whatever, F it. So I wanted to start it short form, 15 minutes. If we go over 15 minutes, it's just like extra. We're 3 minutes away from 15 minutes. This one blew by faster than anything I've ever done before. So it's natural.
Yeah, no, 15 minutes feels like it's like an introduction to most podcasts.
Is. Yeah, the last two.
You're telling me within if we did 15 minutes, like within that like whole podcast, all I talked about was jerking off and I answered a few questions.
Cut.
Yeah.
Well, so
all right, thanks for having me.
The last two.
Sorry, let me wash my hands.
Perel, the last two I did went over. They close to about an hour, so we can do this for however long you want. I mean, just if we're busy. I mean, I've had quite the day myself. I actually fell asleep just a minute ago. Because I've been on the phone like a good solid 6 hours today with all sorts of people all over, just with all the projects that I got working on. It's kind of crazy, but it's good in the same way. So things has happened, and I just shot a pilot of last week, and I just pitched it. Oh, and
Did he die?
No shot. The pilot is the pilot.
No, I know what a pilot is.
That's good one. I can now say this, I think, publicly at this point because I pitched it. It was a big secret until it was a big. Anyway, I met Dave Attell on last Saturday at the end of his 3-day Addison Improv sold out show, and is
that the one Josh Means was at?
It was actually, and
yeah.
Oh man, I kind of want to talk about Josh, to be honest with you, because I
only negative.
Oh well, okay. Well, so here's the funny thing. I have seen him multiple times in multiple clubs in multiple states at this point, and I was really surprised to see him. He was the host.
The hardworking ginger, I'll tell you.
I really don't like to talk badly about other comics, to be honest with you, but some of them might have it coming a little bit. Not to say any names, but if you know what I'm saying.
Are you saying Mr. Means might have it coming? Yeah, no, I like to stay. I like to stay out of was it online discourse or even sort of like a comedy drama. But I love watching. I love being like a spectator on the outside. That's why I still have the Bay Area Comedy Network on Facebook, because it's just a bunch of bitching comedians at each other. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it's you'll have someone post like, "There's too many white guys on this show in San Mateo," and then out of nowhere, everyone's like, "Yeah!" Like they just start like fucking bashing like the show producer, like all this shit. Everyone's just mad at each other. I love it.
Yeah,
I love watching the bitching.
Yeah, it is good. Okay, so I don't want to bitch, but let's just say, I've met him so many times. He just doesn't know who I asked him at the end of the show. I was like, "Hey, Josh." I was like, "Hey, Josh, what's up, dude?" I said, "Do you know who I am?" He's like, "No, bro." And I was like, "All right, that's cool."
I've had that with because I mean, doing comedy, we meet like a lot of people, and some of them are just comics, So a lot of the time, you just meet other comedians and you just forget who the fuck you've met. Like honestly, I'm mostly speaking from a victim standpoint, because I'm actually really good at faces. Like even if I'm terrible with names, but I'll see a face and be like, "Hey, like I remember you."
Hey.
Like, but I've had it with there was this one comic who, at the time, I'd already met him maybe about 4 times, and then him and Alex Woody and I were gonna like road dog it to shout out Alex Woody. We were gonna road dog it to a show that was like 2 hours away. And I'd already met this comic, like I said, like 4 or 5 times or so. And he gets to my door and he goes, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm so-and-so." And I'm just like, "Bitch, like, listen, you don't have to remember my name, but we've met. Like, we've
Right.
had this happen before.
You're
Those
worse
handshake.
than I am. Okay, so we've hit the 15-minute mark. Now we're in Bill Maher. How do you say his name? Maher.
Bill Maher?
Bill
Maher?
Maher.
Maher?
Yeah, overtime. We're in sudden death. Anything goes. Topics up to you. We talk about whatever. I mean, the whole format of the podcast is just no script. I call it the Seinfeld of podcasts.
Okay. I mean, wait, do most podcasts have a script? That'd be a lot to
I don't
memorize.
think they have a script, but usually they have a topic or like something they focus on.
Oh, like a format? Yeah.
And I just talk to everyone. I mean, I'm just putting on the people that I know, my friends. They all happen to be performers, musicians, comics, and stuff. So, is anyone interesting that has something to say? I'm going to talk to them, and I'm getting better and better at my David Letterman interview process. I'm still working on that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not like interesting or have anything to say at any point.
Well,
I could tell you like about all the Netflix and Disney Plus I've watched in the past few weeks.
That's pretty interesting. Well, so what? But you've been at multiple comedy clubs. You've played in multiple states. What's probably your favorite comedy club so far?
You know what? I'm gonna stay local with it. I love Laps Unlimited in Sacramento.
Yeah, I like them. I like them.
My
too.
home club.
Yeah,
that's my little baby. I love going there. It's a good time. I love the Sacramento comedy scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's obviously like a lot of other great comedy. Deaf Puppy and was that Manteca? Great comedy club. I think like their open mic nights that they do there are like the best open mic you could even go to. It feels like a show. It like honestly, it's one of those where it's like impossible to have a bad set.
That's
so
cool.
when someone does have a bad set, it's like, wow, that guy fucking sucks.
Right. It takes a lot to fuck up here. So who's the host of the Deaf Puppy?
It changes. There's a couple guys like Branson Garza, Marcus Peverell, others that I can't think of off the top of my head.
All right. Have you been out?
There's the owner. His name's like Chris something.
Okay.
I can't remember his last name.
Have you been to Texas? Have you been to Austin? Have you been to that?
Yeah, no, I've been out to Austin twice now. Yeah, I've done like what's the Crows? What the fuck? What's that one? Yeah, sure. No. What's the Creek in the Cave? There we go. I couldn't think of the name. Yeah, I've done like Creek in the Cave. Have not gone on Mothership. I haven't even been inside the building. I've just walked around it a lot.
Yeah.
I did East Austin Comedy Club down there, which is really cool. That's a smaller room, but yeah, those were fun. I haven't done any like huge shows or anything over there.
Okay. Do you want to? Do you want to put on a big show?
Obviously, yeah.
What are some of your goals? Like, do you have it all kind of mapped out? 3 months, 6 months, a year? What are you looking at?
No, my goals are not great. They're not. They're pretty much and I am unfortunately the type of person who takes it day by day.
Okay.
And I have like broad goals, but no like roadmap to really accomplish those.
Okay. Well, if we work together, we might be able to come up with something. If you're interested in doing like sketch stuff, I have a couple different projects that I'm working on with writers, and we're going to start filming like some funny stuff that's funnier than this. Like we'll actually write it out, and we'll have actors portraying our actual ideas. There's a handful of ideas that we have between all of us, and they're looking pretty good. And in fact, I'm gonna float this idea publicly. I don't really care anymore. I have thought about the fact that In Living Color has been off the air for so many years, and why hasn't anyone tried to continue on that legacy, that IP in some fashion? I'm thinking maybe. Or we can call it something else, but Living Color was so, I think, groundbreaking and so funny. Whoever was writing and producing that, I think it was Keenan, or he probably have a team.
Yeah,
Keenan's still kicking around somewhere, right? He's a couple years older now, but he's still doing. I think he did. What did he do? Was it Scary Movie, or he just released a movie with those guys?
I mean, he released a movie called Him last year. It wasn't really a comedy. It was kind of like a bad horror.
Okay.
But they're coming out with Scary Movie 6. But yeah, no, In Living Color, that was a great show. That wasn't just the Wayans that did it too, right? Wasn't it? What's the guy who plays Django Unchained? I can't think of his name right now.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, wasn't he also in Living Color? Him and Jim Carrey also
he was.
as well.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that IP is probably just owned at this point, so they can't just really bring it back. But yeah, right. No, I mean, sketch comedy in general. Yeah, no, I love those types of shows.
Cool. Yeah. Well, if you want to get involved, we're putting together a team to start writing, and then I want to start shooting them pretty quick because they don't take a lot of production, and you can kind of get them in and out the door pretty fast with a fairly minimal budget, especially the way I do things. I got a knack for filming with dust and pennies that are half broken, and you get stuff out the door pretty quick.
Yeah.
Well, shoot. So what else is going
Yeah.
on?
No, I'd be.
I'd be down. Okay, sounds
What
good.
else is going on?
Yeah. What's going
Huh?
on? What's going on?
Do you know? Just I work. I do the stand up stuff.
Yeah.
Got sketch. I got a cat. He's looking at me over there right now.
He walked through the shot a couple times. We're gonna get 1 million views just because there's a cat. #cat.
Oh yeah, that's all we need. That's I think he heard me talking about him, so he's getting shy and he's walking away.
Sharp.
But I got him. I got a dog.
Okay.
I live in a tiny studio apartment. You cannot tell from that angle.
Nice.
But
that's how we do.
This is tiny. I could see my bed.
Yeah, well, I'm in a very similar circumstance, purposefully. It's very, very cool. Well, shoot. Movies? Are you doing any movies? Are you working with management? I mean, tell us a little bit about your career, where you're at right now, and the people want to know. They're inquiring minds. Yeah.
I have zero management. I do like sketches with this dude Zacchaeus every so often. He's a Sacramento guy. I do sketches with my buddy Mario Castigo, and pretty much anyone who asks. Half the time they're just like, "Hey, can you play this like racist or dumb guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, easy. I can do that any day of the week." Yeah, I'm like that's literally. I just got to play myself for this part, so that's fine with me. But no, that's yeah. So I do like sketches with people a lot. Those are always fun. Me and my buddy Tony Liu, we're always trying to write something. Like we have probably about 3 different feature-length films that we're constantly writing but never finishing, and they'll probably never get finished at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we always got like a project going on. I got like some plans for like one thing for me, because as to be a comedian nowadays, like a successful comedian, you need to be like a content creator at the same time, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Because it's like, obviously I like to put stuff out, but I don't like to be consistent with it because that's just a lot of work, especially having a day job.
It's the same thing with music.
So I am, and I've been trying to like think of ways to kind of just produce more content that doesn't like use up too much of my time. If I could get something shot and like edited within 2 to 3 hours, like that's great.
Totally.
So I've been trying to just work on some like simple concept ideas, like short sketches, or even like those videos where people just pull out their phone and they're just like, "Hey guys, so today this happened," and then they just like have like a quick story time. The thing is every time I've done that probably about 5 times now, and every time I was watching it, I was like, I want to punch this guy in the face. Like I didn't like. There was one time I committed to a guy talking into the camera thing, and it was like, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago, and honestly, it did better than I thought it would. Like, obviously, I didn't go like viral or anything, but like it was getting more views and likes than I had expected, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm just too hard on myself all the other time. So
yeah, it could be that.
Yeah, I've just been thinking of ways to do more content. I'm also starting a podcast. I have 2 episodes right now that are recorded. Basically, I'm trying to get 4 recorded first before I put out the first one.
Okay.
But the hardest part with that is scheduling with people, because I'm doing it in person.
Tell me about it.
And so getting people to get here is impossible. So that's why I'm like offering like gap money to some people at this point, where I'm like, I'll pay you. Like I'm trying to put out this content.
Yeah.
But so I'll be starting that.
What's the name of your podcast?
But that'll probably not be out for another month or so.
Does it have a name?
It does, and for some reason, the name. It's called All Right, That's Enough. I don't know why I forgot the name of my own podcast. But yeah, no, it's called All Right, That's Enough.
Yeah.
And the whole shtick of it is kind of, again, free flow conversation. But I love banter, like back and forth, like talking shit to people.
Absolutely.
And so the shtick of it is pretty much that, where free flow conversation, but we kind of got to be mean a little bit to each other. So it's like I'll ask interview questions and then use your answers kind of against you as it goes.
Yeah, that's good.
And then at the end of every episode, I'm going to kick out my guests.
Yeah, you're done.
So,
and that's enough. You're out of here.
So the end of the episode is, all right, that's enough. It's time for you to leave. Like
you've overstayed your welcome, sir. That's hilarious.
Yeah, if you got something to plug, now's your time, and then get the fuck out of my apartment.
Nice. Well, yeah. So that's cool. So I don't know. Maybe I could be a guest on yours once you get rolling or whatever. That's why I started mine with over the Zoom or whatever we're using right now, because it's a little easier with the scheduling, especially me being in Texas right now, and a lot of people I know are in California. So I want to do it in person. I have 2 local Dallas comics that are going to do it in person in the next couple days. But back to what I was saying about the management. So I have, I have a manager. I might have more than one manager at the moment right now. Shh, quiet, it's a secret.
Oh God, how much money are you paying them?
Too much. But yeah, there's a business model. I mean, today I hired a personal assistant finally. So I've like the ball that's finally rolling. So I'm like finally trying to offload some of the stuff that I'm working on. But here's a funny story. I approached a comic out of Memphis, Tennessee, I think last month. I said, "Hey, dude, I really like your comedy. I want to help you get to the next place in your career." And I said, "Hey, who's your manager?" He said, "Nobody." So I sent him a contract and I said, "Here, I'll be your manager. This is the terms." And he responded, but he basically didn't sign the contract. I was really excited for it. I was like, he wanted to be more like a booking guy or whatever. But anyway, maybe it wasn't meant to be. That was fine. I offered it to him. He said, a lot of people just don't know who I am right now, and I'm kind of enjoying it because eventually I'm just going to be everywhere in everyone's face, and they're like, "God, all right, that's enough, guy. All right, you've had your time."
Did you move to Austin?
So I moved to Dallas, Texas in October. But I've been kind of nomadic a little bit. I was in San Francisco in last year, and ever since then I've been in RVs and moving around and relearning myself, and yeah, it's been quite the adventure. Yeah.
I think like the first time we spoke over Instagram, you were living in, what was it, Portland? I believe.
I was in Portland for a little while. I was on the Oregon coast for a bit. Yeah, kind of been all over, and then
and then I ran into you in Sac.
Yep, and then because that was actually part of my tour. So I started a tour in July, and my tour was ridiculous. I booked nothing. I just showed up at places, and they're like, "Who's this fucking guy?"
Your tour was hoping for guest spots.
I wasn't even trying to get on stage. I was touring the outside venues and talking to the security staff and talking to all the patrons and everything. It was a lot more interesting to me. The stage.
I think that's just called a road trip.
Pretty much, yeah. I think you're right.
if you're not booked and get paid for it, I think you're just driving around.
Pretty much, yeah. It was like a PR tour where I was just meeting people, and I hired someone. I forgot his name. I think his name was Johnny, a comedian. He helped me write my electronic press kit. So I was taking that around and just shopping it around to all the clubs and it's okay. I mean, I've had much more success doing the podcast than I have going to all these clubs, to be honest with you. And going to all the clubs was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love going out to clubs, just seeing how like different they are. Some of them are bad, which is fun to see too. I
can tell you about that. So my favorite club, thank you for asking, by the way, is the Emerald Comedy Club in Seattle. Have you been there yet?
Ooh, nope. I haven't done any comedy in Seattle.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty, there's a political thunderstorm or whatever. Seattle and Portland they're really close together. But the Emerald Comedy Club was really cool. Their staff was really nice. I met the owner. He was super awesome. And I can't even remember who the headliner was at the time. But yeah, we're just hanging out. I guess you can call it a road trip. It was fun though. Yeah. It was fun though. I'd do it again, but I'm gonna fly next time. I just picked up the. Have you heard of the Frontier Go Wild Pass?
No, I haven't.
So if you pay
Frontier, that's like the cheap airline, right?
I think
I've saved money on using that one.
Maybe. So they have this thing called the Go Wild Pass.
I'm thinking Allegiant.
I've yet to fly Spirit. I want to do it just for the story. But they have this thing called the Go Wild Pass. You pay $350 a year. Then you can fly at last minute to all these airports for super cheap. So my friend flew from Utah to LA for $15.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's like $10 to go to Vegas.
There's also is that because there's like those military planes you could get on for like $10-15
really?
Where you just have to like hope for open spacing.
No, really? How do
I have a cousin that used to do that all the time. Because there's like when I was in the military, like we would sometimes get transported to like an actual airport and then like they'd put us on a plane and then there's always like 10 to 15 like open seats in the back, and then there'd just be random civilians back there, and they're just kind of like, if we're getting off at, I don't know, let's just say, I don't know, Reno, if we're getting off there, like, and those people are going there, they get a cheap flight, they just got the extra space. I forget what that's called though.
Would you remember
but
it later?
I know my cousin used to do that.
If you remember it later, DM me, because that sounds actually interesting. So that would be That would be really cool because so what I've been doing is I've been hiring a film crew to follow me around and just record me doing shenanigans. I just did a test drive of a Rivian EV the other day. Have you heard of those?
Okay.
I did, and
No, but
last month I did
what?
a test drive of a Cybertruck in Portland, Oregon, and I did the same thing there. But I'm gonna have to reshoot it because some of the footage didn't turn out, so I'm gonna do it again. And that was really fun.
So it's kind of like that's like what those Twitch streamers do. Like I show speed and whatever the hell all their
Yeah.
names are. Is that essentially what you're doing? It's kind of like vlogging, I guess,
Sort of,
but
but,
live.
with comedy. I mean, I'm trying to, I'm just talking and you make a
Yeah.
joke. The Cybertruck was exceptionally funny because it's such a political like thing where half the people on the sidewalk were doing this, and the other half were doing this, and I was just laughing my
Yeah.
ass off the whole time.
I,
'Cause
uh, I I have a friend who he has a Tesla truck. He owns one, and he first off he's Mexican. He is a Mexican man.
okay,
And there was one time he was driving down Vasco Road in Livermore, and this car kept cutting him off and brake checking him.
nice.
And it's obviously like the guy's doing it because he's in a Tesla. Because the guy he pulls to the side where my buddy is, and he rolls down his window, and it's a white guy, looks like me basically, pale, and he starts doing a Nazi salute
What?
at my Mexican friend because he's in a Tesla. Like he's calling my Mexican friend a Nazi
He's accusing him of being a Nazi because he's driving a Cybertruck.
because he's driving the Cybertruck. Yeah, and so the white guy's doing Nazi salute at a Mexican man. But it's like you realize what this looks like, right? Like I understand what you're doing, but you're also giving a Nazi salute to a minority,
Right.
Mr. White Guy.
That is so
It's very rude of
ironic.
him.
It's it's like opposite world ironic. It's so funny.
Yeah, and he thinks he's proven a point. Meanwhile, he's just trying to bring down a hard-working Mexican man. All right, guy's a great father, great husband, fucking great job. He just happens to be Mexican, so you're gonna Nazi salute him? All right, I don't like that.
I think the Cybertruck is really cool. It's like I drove one. It's really fun. I mean, I honestly want one, but I understand that people are upset with Elon for some reason. But it's like driving a spaceship. It's an ugly car. Let's be honest, but it's you could take a bat to it and not break the windows.
I like it aesthetically. I understand why people say it's an ugly car because it does actually look like PS2 graphics like of a truck.
It does. Looks like Tomb Raider's
It looks like that, but I like that. Yeah, I like it. It reminds me of what is it? It's one of the cars in like the old Halo games.
Yeah.
Like that's what it reminds me of, and it doesn't bother me. It actually makes me like it way more.
Have you driven one yet?
Yeah, no, I've driven my buddies before.
Okay. What do you think of the way the steering works in relation to how it operates the wheels? Because it's electronic, right?
Yeah, and it's a little bit more, I guess, touchy if you want to say, because like you don't have to crank the wheel as much.
No, it's sensitive.
Like it just
sensitive,
automatically.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, it's weird. It's definitely something you got to get used to, I guess. But it doesn't like take too long. After like I don't know 5 miles driving it, you're like, yeah, this is
No
fine.
problem. Yeah, totally.
You know, I like that. It's got real good pickup. You know, you just press down on the gas and just boom.
Yes, that's fun.
Yeah.
It's like driving a sports car that's in the shape of a tank. Did you? I was going to ask you something else.
Yeah.
But, did you try the autonomous mode where you set it and you don't have to touch the wheel or the gas? Yeah.
No, I did not try that. No.
What do you think?
Well, because one thing, I don't even know how to work the screen in those fucking things. Like I wasn't even trying to figure out how to do it because I was just if I remember, I was helping him move, and so like I had to take his truck while he was taking the U-Haul. So that's the only reason I was in it. So I was not trying to figure it out.
Right,
you know,
right. Just
the
get there safely.
time.
Don't die. You know, good luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
I'm gonna get a camera crew and I'm gonna sit in the back of a Waymo. Waymo just came to Dallas. Waymo was already over San Francisco when I was there last year, but they just got to Dallas, so I just got approved on the app. So I'm gonna do that and go take it to probably like a exotic dancing ball. I'm trying to say strip club in a nice way. So I'm gonna take it to a strip club because why not? Or a drive-through.
Are we censoring this?
This is the internet, baby. It's the Wild Wild West. Okay, I want to go to fun things that things like when I was on tour, I would go to comedy clubs and I would go to dive bars and I would go to strip clubs because those were where the most interesting people were. Besides the homeless, they
Yeah,
roast
or you
better.
go to the farmer's market, just kind of sit on a bench and watch people. Get to watch like couples bickering. That's my favorite thing is just seeing couples bicker in public.
Oh, you're reminding me of why I choose to be single. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no, this is amazing. That's actually I also another thing I love going on like I don't think BART everyone knows what BART is, but it's like our subway system in the Bay
Mm.
Area.
Yep.
And I love going on there. I'll always have sunglasses on and AirPods, but my AirPods nothing's playing
Right.
because I'm a people watcher.
There it is.
I like to just sit there and look like I'm not paying attention to anything, but I am listening to every conversation within earshot of me, and that's my favorite thing to do.
Weekend at
Except what
Bernie's.
sucks is then that actually like one time I was doing that and then this old lady like fell. And so then I'm like, no one's getting up to help her. And I'm like, well, shit, I guess I'm the only one actually paying attention in here. So I had to get up and help her. I give her my seat. And then the next 2 hours on BART, I didn't have a seat. And I was like, God, this is bullshit. I should have just let that old lady continue laying on the ground.
You were on the BART
Like
for
now,
2
look at me.
hours.
My feet are sore.
Where were you going for 2 hours on BART?
It was an exaggeration. It was
Oh,
probably
okay.
more like an hour 15.
Okay.
I was going from was Antioch BART to San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, they'll do it. So they have a train system here that it is like BART, but it's in Dallas, so they call it DART.
Dart. Yeah, hell yeah.
I think that exists in multiple cities. I'm gonna
That
guess.
what's Dallas. What is the ART in there? Because even for BART, I don't know what that is. Something
area
rail.
rapid transit, something like that. I think. Bay Area.
That makes more
Dallas
sense. What was I
area.
saying? I was saying rail, the railroads, but
The railroad be
it's a
coming
big
through
old
here
town.
any day now.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, no, BART's cool. My mom once got yelled at by some like old man on there once because I guess we took his seat. I don't know. We just sat down and she started getting yelled at by some just random old man. He was like, "You better get in where you fit in, bitch." And I'm like, "Whoa." I was like, I don't know, 12 years old. And I'm like, I don't know how to react to this.
Do you ever go on the what's it called, the light rail in Sacramento? Like when I was a kid, when that came, because I actually grew up in the Sacramento area. I was born in Michigan, but I grew up there, and we used to ride the light rail when it first came out. I mean, it was like a kind of a cool thing. But if you ride it recently, have you done that? Like in the past maybe 5 years?
I don't think I've ever been on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't think I've ever been on
it's an
it.
experience. I don't know if they've cleaned it up, but it's just sketchy. It's scary, and I don't know. It's like a homeless thing, I think, and that people ride it when they don't have anywhere to go. I think.
I mean, what else are you going to do? Yeah, if you're homeless and you're like, well, I'm just going to relocate today. Let's go 60 minutes south,
Yeah,
see what's down there.
It's like a mobile shelter, basically.
Like homeless people, there was one time, it was in Old Town Sac, where they have like one public restroom on the street, like the main little street down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in there and there was just a homeless dude in the stall. And like I didn't know he was in the stall. I go to open it and he goes like, "You think you own this bathroom? You better get the fuck out of here. Bye. Bye. Bye." And I was like, all right, this
Damn.
isn't like a battle I'm really willing to fight right now because one of us has a dirty needle and it's not me.
That's
So
right.
I just
That's right.
fucking left.
Yep.
Yeah, he just annexed the bathroom from everyone
He moved
that
in.
needed to pee.
So
Yeah,
that was
it's
the
rude.
problem in San Francisco. They got rid of all the public bathrooms, and it was because
Yeah.
homeless people would move into them. So they installed these bathrooms. It was like on a trailer. Then they have to have a security guard watching it almost 24 hours a day. It's just really wild there.
Yeah, that's like in Austin, on 6th Street, they got like the little public I think it's a bathroom / like kind of bathing area, not really a shower or anything, but they got like one of those like outdoor little public bathrooms where it's like a steel cage basically, and I don't think anyone actually uses that other than the homeless people.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's right underneath like the bridge that's on 6th Street. And every time I see it, it's just like 4 or 5 homeless people gathered around it. One of them's like passed out on the inside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's cooking because it's like a steel cage, that thing.
6th Street is that bridge that has the bats on it, right? Have you heard that?
6th Street is like where like Creek in the Cave and the Comedy Mothership is at.
Oh, okay.
It's like
I
that
meant the
main
bridge.
downtown
The bridge.
street.
The bridge there I was talking
Oh
about.
yeah, the bridge is like the freeway that like is going over it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've only spent about a week there so
Yeah.
far. I want to go back and do some more exploring. I mean, that's where I got this hat that just recently fell
Yeah.
off my motorcycle and got run over 87,000 times, but I'm still going to wear it. It's the Continental. It's famous.
Oh yeah.
It's a good time.
You got to check out was it Creek in the Cave? Every Sunday they have something called the Banana Phone mic, shout out. And that is a fun mic. I think if you do like 1 minute of stand up and then the panel and the audience just roast you for the next like however long they deem necessary.
Okay.
Kind of like a knockoff Kill Tony,
Yeah,
but
sounds like it.
it's it was like when I did it, completely full room, and they ended up singing Creed and Linkin Park at me for about 15 minutes, but they were changing the lyrics to make them gay because they were saying that I look like a gay Chester Bennington up there.
Okay.
And then so they just start, so then they just started riffing, and then the entire audience is joining in, and it was fun. Like with the Creed one, someone I think they said my asshole's wide open. Yeah,
Okay. All right. So okay,
that's a fun mic.
wait, why is it called the banana? What is it? Banana mic? Is it actually a banana? What is, it's just
Banana
a silly
phone
name.
mic. Yeah.
Silly
I mean,
name.
I don't know their history.
It's not
I
a
was just
banana
on it.
though.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
don't know
okay.
why they call it banana phone. Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, it's just the name.
let me ask you this, because I kind of have a developing opinion on these roast battles. What do you think about roast battles, comics versus comics? What is your opinion on that?
I love roast battles. I am too much of a pussy to actually get involved with them, unfortunately. Main reason being, I don't think I'm that good of a joke writer. I'm not afraid of losing a roast battle. I'm afraid of it being a bad performance for both people. Like just no one laughing. Because I've been to those roast battle nights where they're kind of rough, and it's like I don't like that. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to be the one that's trying to just having a bad set, and I'm actually just being mean in general. Like, these aren't even jokes. But
Right.
because I've done, I used to do roast battles, but it wasn't for the roast battle league. It was, I think they called it like the Ultimate Roast Championship. And I remember I was like, there was only like 20 people that were doing it, and I was like number 17 when it came to rankings. Like, that's how bad I was at it. The only like one I won was like a compliment battle. That was the
Ooh,
only one that I won. And
that's
the
nice.
compliment battle, I didn't even write anything. I just riffed off the top of my head, and it worked. So I
That's
guess I'm
cool.
way funnier when I'm nicer.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't
Nice
know.
compliment battle. So
But
I had that idea a while back. I've never actually seen it in action yet. So I guess that does exist. That's a thing.
yeah, no, it exists. I don't think they're as like wide, wide, like going on as much as like roast battles, but they definitely exist.
That's
Because
cool.
yeah, I remember I was just saying dumb shit. Like out of everyone that can wear denim, you wear the best. Like dumb shit like that. And then I win, and I'm like, I didn't even prepare. I just showed up. That
Right,
was
right.
it.
Your niceness won you on that one. Okay, so I love the roasts on Comedy Central. I love the roast like from the 70s. Those are great. Bumping Mics is basically a roast. And I've seen multiple roasts. And when I see comedians roasting each other, and especially if they're looking on their phones or on a notepad as they're doing it, they're just saying blanket roast that can almost apply to anyone. I just feel cringy on the inside for them. I kind of call roast battles like kind of entry level comedy. That's how I refer to them. And I might be wrong on this, but
I think I would say there's a lot of entry level comics doing roast battles, and
yeah,
that's why you see the phones and the notes.
yes,
And then, but I mean, when there's like, because there's good roasters out there, when you see it,
yeah,
it's good. Like it's fun. It's kind of like, to me, it's almost like improv.
yeah.
If you're bad at improv, it's gonna be a bad show.
I think you're
The
right.
same thing, with roast battlers. They go in there like, oh yeah, I got this roast battle tonight. I have 4 jokes for now, but it just so happens those 4 jokes kind of suck, and so they don't land. So I think that's why it's kind of always like awkward at some of these shows, but it's
Gotcha.
not all of them. Because I've been to like one where it's like, say there's 5 battles, but only 2 of them were good, but the rest of that 3, like that was a rough 3, So it's like it's like improv. If you're bad at it, then it's gonna fucking suck.
I think
That's
you're
just
right.
kind of how it
I
goes.
think
But
you're
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, when you see people that are good at it, it's good. Like Josh Means, he's very good at roast battles. Like
Okay.
he's able to just come up with like a quick roast off the top of his head within an instant. Like he does it all the time at the Pro-Am at Laps Unlimited every other Tuesday. Like because whenever he hosted, he when people get off stage, he roasts them, and it's always something new.
Okay.
So it's like he's good at it.
Okay.
But then he put me up there. You're like, this is terrible. Why did we buy tickets to this? So that's just that's how that goes.
So you have 2 episodes of your podcast already done. Who were the guests? Are you at liberty to discuss who's been on it so far?
Yeah, I could talk about it. It was Christian Baltazar was my first guest. He's a comedian out of Vallejo. He's also a singer. He also has a podcast called It Can't Be That Bad, which is very good and very fun. And then the other guest was Guile Mosher or Mosier, who's again, he's another comedian from well, now he lives in I think Benicia. I'm not going to give away their location, but it was Guile Mosier, another Bay Area comic. And he puts on shows for a Black Book Comedy all over the Bay Area too, and they're always great shows. He's got one this Friday at I think it's Martinez Comedy Festival in Martinez, and that's always a fun show. Last time I did that with him, he sold out I think 180 tickets that night, so that was a
nice,
solid show.
No,
so he's great. He's great at producing shows.
Do you have other people lined up as far as who's going to be on your next 3rd and 4th and 5th? Is Josh going to be?
Yeah, I'm gonna likely have Alex. Yeah, I'll likely have Alex Woody next, and then I'm planning on Mario Castillo, and then I'm just gonna figure it out as we go on from there.
Right on. Cool. Yeah. Excellent. Well, man, I appreciate you doing this. This is kind of we didn't really plan this too far in advance. So far, in my whatever I'm doing, I mean, you're my favorite. You're. I mean, I hate to say it, it's like you're of all the people that I know that are doing comedy. Like I know people that are like. Sometimes the comics, they get to a level and they get, I don't know what it is, like Instagram followers, and then they go to their head and they stop responding to DMs. It's kind of strange, in my opinion. Like there's.
I always respond to people, but I actually sometimes I'll look at DMs and I'll think no matter who it is, I'll be like, not right now. Like I'm just not in the mood to kind of no matter what they're asking, it doesn't even have to be a question. Sometimes I look at it, I'm just I just don't want to respond right now. Just let it be a meme, please. That way I can just send you a heart react. Right. And that's not even. I don't even have a big following or anything. I just recently hit 2,200 or 21. And that was just because I did a sketch with Zacchaeus in Sacramento, and that dude's got hundreds of thousands of followers. I took 500 of them. That's it.
Cool.
So it's I will say all those notifications I've been getting from that, it kind of makes me look at notifications less because I'm it's just another follow.
Yeah,
crazy.
I think it does. It does.
You get followers all the time.
I think that's what happens with the influencers, right? They get 100,000, 500,000, 1 million followers, and it just kind of goes to their head and it inflates them in some way where they just think they're so cool. And we got to remember, we're all the same. I mean, in my view, we are. I mean, there's only so much time in a day that you can get to everything. You can't do every project, of course, but there are.
Yeah, because sometimes it's just overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get too many notifications in general, if I look at my phone and there's 10 text messages, I'm gonna get overwhelmed. That's just I don't know if everyone is like that, but I know I'm like that. So if I'm ever not responding to someone and I also have a big following, I promise you, I'm just anxious. That is it. I am. I'm avoiding my phone because I'm afraid.
Yes.
I was last year I got to open for Adam Carolla, and I remember I posted about it because I had to market the show, which technically, who the fuck? No one was going to go to Adam Carolla for me. They're going to go for Adam Carolla. But I market the show. The next thing I know, I had 100-something notifications in my Facebook Messenger of just people messaging me personally just to be hey, congrats, I'm happy for you, blah, 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 blah.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just I was I am not going to respond to any of this. I don't, this is too much positivity. Too much fucking kill myself. Jesus. Yeah.
Those are all good things.
I got overwhelmed just by positive affirmations coming from everyone that I know.
Wow. Well, that's okay. You're a sensitive artist. I mean, that can happen. I get that.
I'm a pussy. There's a name for that. The other term for that is pussy. I've always, it's funny is I want to be a successful comedian, but what comes with that to be successful is you need some ounce of fame. I don't think I would be good at handling that because I put on a show where I live is a very small town. It's population, I think it's 9,000 where I live. Very small town. I put on a comedy show here, 2 comedy shows last year. And then the next thing I knew, me grocery shopping at the local grocery store, I'm running into people that were at the show.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, man, you did good last night. They're just throwing compliments. They're hey, I remember you. And they're being very friendly. They're not oh, let me get your picture. Nothing like that. But just that small ounce of what it feels like to have fame, I'm oh, dude, I hate this because I like to go out. I don't like to communicate. I don't like to socialize when I'm out just doing groceries. I'm very in my head all the time.
Right.
I pick and choose when to socialize, which is if I were going out tonight, I would say to myself before leaving, all right, let's be funny, let's be talkative. But if I don't give myself that pep talk before I leave, then that means if someone makes eye contact with me out in public, I'm like, fuck.
What do they want? Are they judging me?
Last week I went to the gym and I ran into this guy from high school. And he's like, oh, hey, man, how's it going? It's nice to see you, blah, blah, blah. And then he tries to go into small talk. I wasn't in the mood for that. And I just I kind of like freaked out internally. I was like, hey, man, I got to go. And so I shook his hand and I left. The thing is, I just got to the gym. But because of that, I left the gym.
Yeah.
And when I got home, I realized I left my house keys at the gym. Oops. So I had to drive 30 minutes back to it because there's no gym in my town. It's like I said, it's a small town. So I had to drive 30 minutes back to the gym, get my house keys, and also avoid running into him again. You know, I'm terrified.
Right.
So that's how I can justify people not responding on Instagram is what I'm trying to say.
That's an interesting predicament. I do believe you can get over it. Like I get people coming up to me and like, especially right after like I come off a mic or whatever, they're fist bumping me. I think it's pretty cool. Most feedback I get is pretty positive. So I'm down with that. But I'm pretty comfortable talking to people and strangers all the time. I don't know how this developed because I was actually a very shy individual. It took me a long time to get to where I'm at in life. And I'm very happy that I got here, but I had to go through a lot of crapola to get here. So like I turned on my trauma and I flipped it upside down like Fresh Prince or something. And so I mean, there's ways to work out that whole thing of, you know, public notoriety and fame and people, you know, waving at you and, you know, but hey, this might be your personality. It just depends on what you really want to do with it.
Yeah, and it's not that like I'm not a social person. I just sometimes I'm just not in the fucking mood, you know. Like sometimes like I said, I kind of got to be like I got to be mentally prepared to socialize. So like, and I'm aware of what I do at night. I'm aware of that, so I always mentally prepare before going out. But like I said, middle of the day, I'm at the gym. I'm shopping. I have like a task at hand.
Oh yeah. Focus.
Someone runs into me, I'm like, you just ruined my flow. Now I'm gonna leave. Like I'm not. I actually have to buy these groceries, but I'm not going to because you're talking to me.
Right. Yeah.
Because then what happens is if you run into someone in the grocery store, you know, you talk for a few minutes, then you part ways. You're gonna run into them again. But then now it's you go by and you're like, you give that head nod, like it's like, yep, no, you still exist around me, and then you got to keep going. I'd rather avoid all that together. I wish that we could all wear sunglasses in public and have it be socially acceptable. So that way, I don't have to make eye contact.
Yeah, I think that
people
you can, actually.
in the store.
You could do that. You just get rid of.
Well, I mean like in indoors because when you're wearing sunglasses indoors, it's allowed, yes, but it's off-putting, you know? Because even now, I see someone with sunglasses indoors. I'm like, you think you're fucking better than me? Like, that's my first thought. But I wish I could be him.
Well,
like I'm just a jealous man.
You can do it. You can do it. You gotta,
I'm gonna. Every time I have glasses indoors, though, I always think like, what do I think? I'm fucking better than everyone in here? Like,
you're protecting your eye. Like the way I look at it is sunglasses protect. Like, you ever heard of the gaze of the evil eye? Right. So sunglasses are a way for not to make eye contact with everyone. And also what you can do is you can wear sunglasses that are like half and half. So you can still see the rough outline of their eye, but they're not super dark. So it's not as creepy. Like it's like a cool producer versus a, you know, egotistical lead guitar player or something like that, kind of the equivalent. But you could do it. I mean, it's fine. I mean, people, especially if you have people with you, like a little entourage, no problem.
Yeah.
They're the ones.
Oh, yeah. We're all wearing sunglasses.
But not all.
Me and the boys are wearing glasses together.
That's too much. That's
you know, the future's looking bright.
The Men in Black game.
You know what this is definitely like an unpopular opinion. I actually kind of miss when we wore masks during COVID.
You could still wear a mask.
I like
there's still people wearing masks.
I could, but now if I wear a mask, I'm gonna look gay. Like that's the problem too. I don't want that. You know, I don't want people to walk by me and be like, "Look at that homo wearing a mask."
See, I'm
like,
okay.
no, I'm a straight man wearing a mask, but I'm not gonna walk around saying that either because that's also gay.
I'm okay with people thinking that I'm gay. Like I paint my nails black pretty often, and if I have the rainbow colors, I'll do the rainbow. Like I don't really care what people think of me. I don't. Honestly, people come up to me all the time. Yeah, but you know what? They say, you know, your outfit's on point. Like they think I'm like I don't know, a metro stack. I don't really care. I don't care. Like I was at the DMV in rural Oregon, right? And I was dressed up how I normally dress, and had a guy hurl gay homophobic slurs at me. Like he thought it was an actual gay person. It was funny. I laughed my ass off.
Yeah. You're attacking one of your own, sir. I'm on your side.
Same team. I just like bright colors. Leave me alone, bro.
He just starts throwing slurs at you. He's like, "Hey, homo," and you're like, "Yeah, where is he? Yeah, let's get him.
Let's get him." Yeah, it's kind of like that skit.
That's what you got to join their side. But I mean, also painting your nails is not nearly as gay as wearing a mask after COVID. Honestly, like let's think about this.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there's different.
But I miss those days where I could just like.
Have you seen that
where
mask
I could just have the
like
mask, I put the hat on, I'll have it like low,
Oh, yeah,
and then I'm like, no one knows who I am right now. Yeah. I'm anonymous. I love it. And it's just, it's not even like, I'm not, because people say like if you choose like invisibility as like your superpower, that makes you like a creeper. Like not me. I just want to be able to walk places and be like,
left alone.
No one can see.
Totally.
Like, that's it.
Totally.
Like
they're not gonna miss these cookies. Yeah. Okay, so I think you could still wear a mask.
Most people, if they choose invisibility, they're a sexual predator, most likely.
Because they're creepy. Yeah, you're not creepy, so you are allowed to have that power. So you can still wear a mask. I wear bandanas all the time because I ride a motorcycle. During COVID, I was wearing bandanas all the time. I would wear a bandana here, and then I would wear a bandana here, and then I would put sunglasses on top of that. And I went into a bank and made a withdrawal just to see if I could do it, and they let me do it. And then, isn't
it crazy how lenient they became with like laws like that at the bank? Where originally, if you wear a mask, it's like call the cops. But now, if you're not wearing a mask, call the cops. Like that's what it was like at that time.
I like the one where the bars started doing to-go cocktails. And those places still exist a little bit. You can still you could go to a drive-thru and order a daiquiri at some places still because of COVID.
Ooh, that seems illegal. I love it.
It depends on the city.
Love the idea of just pulling like because they can't. There's no way they could prove I'm not going to drink it while I'm driving.
They put a little sticker over it.
Especially if it's a daiquiri, it's probably in like a soda cup of some sort.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I saw a place that said, and it looked like it kind of might have been abandoned. It was definitely from COVID. It said beer to go on the outside. So that'll stem from COVID. Have you seen those masks that you put them on and it looks like a face? So you can't tell that it's actually a mask. It kind of blends in. So you can wear that. No facial expressions.
This is true. I could do that. I could do that with my sunglasses and like a nice low hat. Yeah. No one's gonna know who the fuck I am.
A veil, like
unless
Michael
someone
Jackson
has learned to like recognize my gait. The way that I walk.
Oh, is it like a specific
that's the only
gait?
way.
They're like, hey, I know how I
well, everyone has a specific gait. Like that's the thing.
Really?
Everyone. Sometimes you just know like, all right. When I was in the Marines, like we do a lot of like night hikes where you're walking, and you could tell who the person is literally just by the way that they're walking.
That's
like
true.
You see the silhouette.
Yeah.
Of their body on the ridge, and then it's just like, oh, that's Greg. Like easily, I could tell that's Greg.
Greg,
so it's possible.
Yeah, totally. I agree.
You can recognize footsteps just by the sound.
That's right. Well, unless you change it up, or you're a subscriber to the Ministry of Silly Walks, like I am. I change it up all the time. Yeah, I'm just like skipping around. I'm like, whoa, what's he doing now? You're never gonna know. So over here, I'm over here.
Well, then argument is if I hear a silly walk. I'm like, well, it's Jason.
I gotta change it up again. I'm walking backwards. I'm moonwalking. You're never gonna know what's gonna hit you.
Yeah, that dude just did a fucking side lunge, pivot, and a skip. Like that's Jason.
I know that move. Yeah, there's no one else that'd be that retarded to do that shit.
Exactly.
Well, shit, man. I mean,
keep it.
Thanks for doing this. I mean, we can go for as long as you want. I think this, we passed an hour at this point. We could do this again if you want.
Call it quit.
Yeah, we could, whatever.
Down, dude. Again. I gotta watch the new episode of Daredevil season 2, episode 1.
Shit!
I
didn't finish the first season of that. Is it good? I got things to do.
I mean, I've the first season like Netflix or Disney. Which season?
Shoot, I don't remember.
They had 3 on Netflix. Now they're on season 2 for Disney.
Yeah, I think I started watching the reboot or whatever it's called on Disney, but I didn't make it through the first season yet. It was pretty good, a little drawn out. When they killed Froggy.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched the first episode yet for season 2, but the first season, the first episode and the last episode are good. Everything in between, I'm like, why isn't he in his costume?
Right. Yeah.
This is what.
going on here?
Lawyering going
Too
on
much lawyer.
now.
Yeah. All right. Last question
I don't
before
want
you
too
go.
much lawyering. There needs to be some crime fighting at the end of every episode. There's not enough of that in season 1.
Yeah, it's like
That's what
stretched
I'd say.
out. Okay, last question before we go.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new Disney Plus Muppet Show from Seth Rogen yet?
I have not. I didn't even know there was a new Muppet Show. It's Seth Rogen or is it Jason Segel?
Who is it? No, it's Seth Rogen, I believe,
Jason
did it.
Segel.
Jason Segel did the
Maybe they're
Muppets
both.
in 2011, and then Seth Rogen wrote the Muppet Show, and they kind of rebooted it. They did one episode, as far as I know, with Sabrina Carpenter. I was just curious if you've seen it. What do you thought of it?
I have not seen it. If I did see it, that'd be I don't have any kids, so that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of adults can watch it.
Catching up on the Muppets.
I mean, everyone who likes the Muppets was watching them as kids in the 70s and 80s, I think, because it hasn't quite translated to all the youngsters yet. As far as
I'm
a
90s baby though.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I didn't watch the Muppets growing.
Oh. Okay. What about reruns? No.
Yeah. No, I watched.
I'm old.
SpongeBob, South Park. South Park, my parents didn't know was like an adult cartoon. They just thought it was a cartoon, which like cartoon, that's for kids. Yeah, you can watch it. So I'd watch that, SpongeBob, and then like a lot of like Comedy Central presents, like the stand-up specials on there. That's really all I watched growing up, and Fairly Odd Parents, Drake and Josh, stuff like that.
Were you around when that viral? It was an MOV file that was going around via email in like 1997. That was started before South Park even got their deal with Comedy Central. Do you remember that?
I was 2 years old in 1997.
Okay. We got an age difference. Yeah. So I was actively in the scene, and I was hanging out at the University of Washington's dorm rooms, and I was like partying with those guys, and people's emails started going. I was there when that movie file it was like the first viral thing. It was so big, everyone lost their minds when they saw that. You've seen it now, right?
Was it like their pilot episode that was released,
it was a card. It was a Christmas card that I think one of the Fox executives ordered. It's the original Jesus versus Santa fight scene.
Okay, so I only know about that vaguely because I think they mentioned that in their they had like a documentary come out about South Park, and that was like the start of it because that wasn't it getting like sent around to everyone's emails, like that's right. That was that was like yeah, like you said, it was viral. It was like the first viral thing getting sent.
Yep.
So I know about that vaguely. I completely forgot about it until this moment though.
Oh, okay, cool. Where is that South Park documentary? I want to watch it.
I think you could find it. Was at Paramount?
Okay.
I think everything South Park's on Paramount now. I think I forget if it's the was it 6 days until air or 7 days until air, or if it was a different documentary. I'm not entirely sure, but they have actually a lot of different like things on there. They even have a what's that restaurant they own in Colorado? Casa Bonita. They had a documentary about the building of, they spent like millions of dollars like refurbishing that and all that.
I'm gonna go.
So they have a whole documentary on that. Oh no, I want to go there too.
Let's do it.
And I need to see the divers.
Yeah, I want to see the cliff divers. Otherwise, yeah. And there's also the Clown Motel on the way to Vegas. Have you heard about that or seen it or been there?
Wait, on the way to Vegas? I feel like I've driven by it. There's like a big clown on the side of the building, right?
It's like a whole bunch of clowns. The whole thing's decorated with clowns. Inside there's a gift shop, and they have so much clown memorabilia. It's like it's eerie. It's right next to a cemetery.
Yeah. Last time. Oh, okay. Then maybe not. I was thinking of somewhere else.
It's very specific.
I was gonna say I was thinking of this one spot that's like maybe an hour outside Vegas that I had to do a U-turn at coming back from Vegas one year because there was snow all over the freeway, so I couldn't drive anywhere for that day. So I had to U-turn it at that one spot. I don't know if that's the same location.
I doubt it's the same one. It's a few hours away. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
If you look up Clown Hotel, there's only one. But I want to go back there with a film crew and possibly do some sketches out there or something like that. I don't know. Maybe a horror movie or something.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying. A clown hotel. That's. Was it last year? Was it last year? It might have been 2 years ago. Me and a couple other comics, we did a show at the Mustang Ranch in Reno, or Sparks, which is right outside of Reno.
Yeah.
And they gave us like a free room, free drinks, free food for the whole night. Great time, and we're like talking to the prostitutes. And one of them, who I think her shtick was supposed to be like a nerd, because she was like sitting around with her giant tits and a book all night with just like kind of like doing that. The thing is like I couldn't like I remember one prostitute's talking to me and I was like I can't even afford this conversation. So like I'm here for the free food and drinks, all right? But the smart one with the big tits in the book, she like was talking to us at like late at night and like she found out that we're staying there and apparently she's writing a book about ghosts and she had told us that it said that where we were staying is supposed to be haunted. So she was like gave me her email.
Cool.
So that if anything happens that night, any sort of haunting, she wanted me to like email her and tell her everything that happened so she could put it in her book. And luckily, well, unluckily, nothing ever happened. What?
But you got her email. So she's working she's working at the ranch, but she's also doing a book. I like this person. I want to talk to them. They sound very interesting.
Yeah, she had a librarian shtick. Like that was her whole thing. And honestly, I believe her that she was actually reading that book that she had. 'Cause I think she's just like a nerd that also is into sex, and so she's like, well, let's just do that.
Yeah.
I just sit here, read, and then occasionally,
someone will pick me up.
Dudes come, and then yeah. And only that, she was the most attractive prostitute out of all of them that was there.
Oh, nice.
So it was like it was working. Her whole librarian shtick was amazing.
Nice. Well, but we're talking about it right now. Do you remember her name?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm terrible with names. You think I'm gonna remember prostitutes? Absolutely
that's
not.
Fair, I suppose. Well, thanks, man, for doing this. I had a blast. I was laughing the whole time.
Yeah, no, it was fun, man. I like to hear myself talk, so that's why I enjoyed it.
I honestly don't, but I don't know. I'm enjoying whatever this is. It's fun. It's like when you don't have to script it. It's like it's just natural, just talking. This is what I normally do when I'm out at the clubs anyway, just talking. So might as well just film it.
Yeah, might as well.
Yep.
Not me when I'm not at the clubs. I'm just sitting here doing nothing. Anyways.
All right, man. Well, until next time, we'll talk more offline or whatever. And good luck to you and continued success and et cetera. ... Yeah, that's right. Sir.
All right, man. And what the name of your podcast is F It, right?
Yeah, it's F It, or I mean, you could spell it out all the way. Fuck It Podcast. If you look up Fuck It Podcast on YouTube, I think I'm the first hit. But there's a couple other ones with the same name. I didn't do it for branding. I did it because fuck it. Who gives a shit? That's what it's for.
I don't even want to think of a name right now. Fuck it. Just call that.
Basically. Well, my tour was called the Fuck It Tour. I was like, bookings, fuck it. Road trip.
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense. I'm all for it.
Sounds good, man. All right. Well, until next time.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
See ya.
Right, there you go. Well, that was fun. He is funny. I didn't realize that we have such a dramatic age difference. I just can't tell age. Anyway, that was fun. All right. Until next time, guys.